Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. What we're going to do is show you how to replace the visor on our modular flip-up style helmet. It's a little bit trickier than a standard full-face helmet visor replacement, so we wanted to just do this instructional video to take you through it step by step. Okay? The only tool you're going to need for this is just a 5/32 Allen wrench. Alright? So the first thing you're going to do is just release the modular mechanism. There's a button underneath here. You just push that button and the modular system lifts up. Alright? Then on both sides of the helmet you've got these screws here, these Allen screws, and you're just going to loosen those up one at a time. Now when you take these screws out, there's another little black piece that's sort of attached to them that'll pop out as well. You want to try and keep all that together and do the same on this side. Just going to loosen this up. Okay, so you take both of those out, and then what you want to do is carefully remove the modular flip-up piece. When you do that, a couple of pieces are going to fall out here, these two ratchet mechanisms. Make sure you keep the right on the right, the left on the left, don't mix them up. And then what you're going to do is just squeeze the visor together and remove it. You've also got the breath guard in here. You'll probably want to remove this temporarily. It'll make it a little bit easier to put the new visor in. So just take that out. Okay? And this is your new smoke visor. We're going to pop this in. So all you do is just fit this in here, squeeze it together a little bit. It actually locks right into place on these little notches on both sides. Okay? Once you've locked that into place, you can take the ratchet mechanism and put it back in. And you want to put it back in so that the straight side here kind of lines up with the lower edge of the visor. Alright, so we're going to put that one in on that side, this one in on this side. Again, it just kind of pops right into place. Then what you're going to do is squeeze this together, try and put it back on the helmet, and you just wiggle it around a little bit until you feel it lock into place. Then what you want to do is turn the helmet on its side so that this all stays together while you're putting the screws back in. You just take those screws that we pulled out originally and hand tighten them to begin with. Alright, then flip it over again, kind of squeezing it together so everything stays together. And you're just going to put this one in as well. There's a little locking mechanism, you should feel that sort of lock into place. And then before you finally tighten this down with the wrench, what you want to do is just kind of squeeze all together and close the mechanism. Make sure that everything lines up properly. Alright, before you go and give these things a final tightening with your Allen wrench. And you want to make sure you don't over tighten them, because if you do, the visor will be a little bit tight when you try and push the visor up. So you just want to kind of gently tighten them until they feel snug. And then what you should be left with when you're done is a visor that opens pretty easily. Now see, I over tighten that just a little bit, so I'm going to loosen it just a little. Okay? So what you should get is a visor that pops up fairly easily, and the mechanism for the modular part of the helmet that still works properly and locks back into place when you close it. Alright? So that's all there is to it. Appreciate you joining us today. Go out there and enjoy your ride and be safe on the road, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.